All right, Deante, first question's from Scott Doctorman.
Yep.
Deante, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I wanted to ask you just kind of about how you assessed the season. You know, you were out the first 6 games, I think it was 5 or 6 games, and then came back. And kind of how did you process the way you played, and then kind of what's been your post season process as far as assessing where you are and what you want to do. What you want to do this coming bowl prep and then next year as well.
Yeah. When I came back, I think I came back and contributed pretty well to the team in different aspects of the game. Like I've said in previous interviews, I think I left a couple of plays out there that I could have made and should have made for the team. But it's all with the growing pains and finally getting out there and kind of getting back into the groove of things. And with this bowl prep, I'm really just trying to get back to catching without the brace I've been playing with, and just getting more comfortable with my injury and being comfortable with my injury and just healing up from that. So bowl prep been going pretty good, playing without the brace and kind of feeling like almost back to normal.
All right, next question is from Tom Kakert.
Hey, Deante, wanted to ask you about different quarterback. Joe is out there at the quarterback position. What have you seen from him, and how's he operating and run the offense?
Joe's looking really good out there. He's making some great throws that kind of make you step back for a second and be like, wow, he could probably be something pretty good. And he's just commanding the offense really well. We asked him to do a really big job coming in here after being a third-string quarterback and now he's a starting realm. So it's a pretty big task for him, but I think he handled it really well. Every day since we've been with this practice, he's been getting better and better each day. So it's pretty fun for me to be out there and just watch him and see how he's getting better every day. And he's pretty mobile, so that's kind of helps us in that type of department as well.
All right, next question is from Corey Breda.
Hey, Deante. A couple of your teammates in the wide receiver room jumped to the portal here recently with the window opening. You're obviously a ways away from home. You're an East Coast kid. Yep. What made you double down on Iowa and stick with things with this era of the portal?
It's a pretty good question. I kind of just had confidence in the coaching staff, and when I signed my letter of intent 4 years ago, 3 years ago now, I told Iowa I gave them 4 years here, and I kind of stick to my word and stick my years out here. And I just feel like next year the offense is going to be changing the direction which I want it to be going to. So I spoke to a lot of other coaches and had some great conversations, and with everything I've heard and everything I felt and how practice kind of been going, I feel pretty confident in the change that we're looking to seek next year.
All right, next question is from Chad Leistico.
Hey, Deante, you mentioned a brace you've been playing with. Obviously, we know about the broken wrist, but is this a different injury? Was it, and when did it happen?
No, since I came back from the injury, I've been having I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the game I had the thing on my wrist kind of helped me from.
Okay.
It's the same injury, nothing new. I'm just kind of working away from using the brace to kind of just, it's a good time to do it in bowl prep, not getting too much contact and stuff. So I'm just trying to get back to catching without the brace on again to my normal self.
All right, next question is from John Steppe.
Hey, Deante, what's it going to be like in 2023 catching passes from Cade McNamara?
It's going to be pretty cool. He's a proven winner. He beat us in the championship last year, so he proved himself to win some big games. And he's a great player. Seen some film on him. Cool dude. I've talked to him multiple times now. So it's a good pickup for us, and I think that he's going to help us push this offense in the right direction.
All right, next question is from Scott Doctorman.
Yeah, Deante, it takes quite a leap of faith to stick with this team, after, I think 4 receivers who have starting experience have transferred in the last 4 years. What specifically do they tell you about the offense and the ways it will change? And I assume it's more intricate rather than, something we'll see, big picture. But in what ways are you more confident now going forward in this offense than maybe you were during the season?
We just been having a lot more meetings, I think. So we're putting each other on the same page, just more with quarterback to receiver. So I feel like with those meetings, we've kind of been able to establish positions on the field where we know we'll get the ball or we won't get the ball. And that's kind of been really big to understand the game, and kind of makes it easier for us to find open spaces on the field. Whereas I feel like a lot of times this year we kind of ran and covered ourselves, Whereas with like little alternates and stuff we were putting through, we kind of been changing the offense to allow us to be more free as receivers and quarterbacks, and that's kind of been putting us on the same page. So a lot of the throws and misses we had this in games before, I think we're going to kind of change those with the way our offense is shifting around.
All right, next question is from Chad Leistico.
I mean, with a brand new quarterback, a person might expect really dialing down the game plan. Have you guys discussed, whether it's going to be business as usual down there in Nashville or, kind of a scaled back playbook with Joe? I mean, there's no way he can know as much as Spencer, obviously, at this point.
Yeah, definitely. It's still at the end of the day, it's Iowa football. We're going to still do what we do, run the ball, play action, passes, and stuff like that. So definitely we're going to scale the offense down, and we're not going to have as many play calls and long play calls coming into the huddle and stuff like that. It's going to be more simplistic, but still find different ways to get into things we want to get into. So definitely won't be as much as like the play calls we had with Spencer, but it's definitely still a good amount of play calls that allows us to play the game how we want to play it.
All right, next question is from Scott.
Yeah, Diante, I just want to ask you about just going. It's kind of been a blur these last couple of weeks, but you've got a bowl to play in 9 days. Is there an excitement there, for you personally, because it's your first chance to actually get a play in one, or what's kind of the mindset right now that you have, for the next 9 days?
Yeah, every game for me is an exciting game because you never know when this game can get took away from you. So with the kind of injuries I've been through, it's kind of been every time I can step on the field, practice or game, I'm always excited and always ready to go. So it's definitely going to be a fun time for me to go down to Nashville and play this game. So, yeah, definitely would be a good time for me. And I'm happy to finally be able to play in the bowl game because I've been injured for last year with bowl game and stuff.
All right, John.
As you're going through these practices leading up to the bowl game, anything particularly that you're working on individually from a development standpoint?
Yeah, just certain routes I'm trying to get down pat more. Some stuff like comebacks and stuff like that, stuff that I feel like didn't run the best throughout the 6 games I've played. So I kind of been working on more of just getting that out of my breaks. And like I said before, just with the catching without the brace. So I've been doing a lot of just working on my hands again, making sure I'm getting more comfortable with without playing with it.